Primacy of Consciousness. The scientific view of consciousness is that it is some kind of byproduct of neural activity in the brain. Most scientists believe that consciousness is not very important, and some go so far as to say that it is just an illusion with no real purpose. Philosophers have invented the philosophical zombie as a tool for thinking about consciousness or the lack of consciousness. The P-zombie has the same physical body and brain except that the conscious aspect is removed. The expectation is that the remaining neural activity is all that is needed. They think that the P-zombie will be able to live in and interact with the world just like anyone else that has a conscious aspect. But from the inter-mind model, IMM, point of view, the P-zombie would be blind and would not be able to interact with the world. The inter-mind, IM, and the conscious mind, CM, are further processing stages that are absolutely necessary for sight. Neural activity is not enough. All we know about seeing is through conscious experience. We experience the conscious light, CL, that's inside us. If you take away the conscious light experience, what is left? Blind neural activity is all you have. This blind neural activity can reveal some unconscious primitive aspects of visual perception, as happens with blind sight, but you will not actually see anything. A person with only blind sight would be extremely visually handicapped. The primacy of the conscious light experience for sight is undeniable, and the same is true for every other conscious experience that you have. You do not know anything about the physical world except that which you obtain through your own internal conscious experiences. The evolution of life on this planet is probably directly driven by conscious experience. Any organism that experiences pleasure will seek out that pleasure. Any organism that experiences pain will try to avoid that pain. Without the existence of these basic conscious experiences, there would be no motivation for any organism to react. There is nothing like a little pain to motivate you to adjust what you are doing. This applies to simple organisms and to humans. We must conclude that evolution is not a completely mindless, bioelectrical chemical, DNA mutating, environmentally influenced process. Rather, evolution is driven by a combination of primitive conscious desires, bioelectrical chemical processes, random DNA mutations, and environmental influences. Using this perspective, we might be able to say that evolution does not even exist as a thing in itself, but rather evolution is just an emergent property of the action of consciousness in the universe. This, of course, implies that conscious experience might actually be more important than bioelectrical chemistry, DNA mutations, and environmental processes in evolution. Since science is unable to say what consciousness is, we can and should speculate what it could be and how it could have developed. We can, for example, speculate that consciousness might have existed prior to the Big Bang and might have even been the cause of the Big Bang. The universe might have been created by consciousness and for consciousness. We can also speculate that the ultimate goal of physical evolution is to provide a better and better host for consciousness development. We can speculate that maybe the very existence of the physical universe is pointless without consciousness. Maybe the physical body is just some sort of incubator for the conscious mind, CM, and the conscious mind, CM, is the more important part. Maybe the physical mind, PM, creates a connection to conscious space, CSP, in order to create a conscious mind in that conscious space. The conscious mind would then strictly exist only in that conscious space. All speculations are still on the table. Remember that the only thing we know about the physical universe is through our conscious experiences. Conscious experiences are primary to what we are. Scientists need to find a way to understand and study consciousness itself, and not just the neural correlates of consciousness. A good place to start is to ask the question, what is redness? Scientists need to think more deeply about what something like redness could be. It is not an illusion. Saying it is information or computations is completely incoherent. Scientists have to stop hiding their inability to study consciousness by trying to minimize its importance. The primacy of consciousness must be understood.